welcome back to Sister Talks, where we two sisters talk about life, laughs, and things that make us go, not sure about that. I'm Shanice, your co-host, and also host of Succeed with Shanice, the podcast.
And I am Jay of My Core Memory Vaults YouTube channel.
And we are just so happy to have y'all today to listen to us kiki a little bit about life, things that make us laugh, and most specifically today, things that were like, okay, I guess. So let's get right into it, if you don't mind. And I noticed, so at the start, well, y'all wouldn't, I guess, see this, but at the start of our Sister Talks, we had tea. And we would make sure that we would share like the types of teas that we're drinking. But we haven't been doing that in the past few episodes, mainly because it's hot.
I was about to say, I'm not drinking tea.
Like, it's just, summer is summering where we live. So hopefully winter will wintering and we can bring back tea. But in the meantime, we're just trying to stay hydrated and stay cool. But all right. Let's get to the first thing that I actually came across that I didn't know was not relevant, but like existed still. And it's about how AOL will be discontinuing this September. I didn't know AOL was still doing its thing, like still, because we have all these other, and here we go, I'm not the tech guru here, but we have all these other platforms. I didn't know AOL was still a competitor. Well, I guess not, I don't know. But it's still a competitor in that space. But their dial-up internet service.
Not dial-up.
That we were all very much used to back in the day in the 1990s. Is going away after 34 years. And I can read a little snippet from their announcement.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm 34 years old.
No.
That's their Oh my God.
Their dial-up. Because I'm sure if I actually looked back at AOL and Total, I'm sure they had other like services and functionality back in the day. But mainly for us, right? Like, who's using their internet? I don't think I've even seen an AOL like account. Well, would it be called a handle? Like email. Like we see Yahoo, but AOL. And if you're unfamiliar, I wonder if I can do this. If you're unfamiliar with what AOL is, feel free to, look it up. But this might jog your memory. So yeah, that was the dial-up back in the day. And I remember, well, okay, what happens to the accounts?
We don't know our passwords anyway.
Yeah,
What's the point?
But there's, data there. Are they going to sell it or something?
We were in like middle school.
Still, you never know.
Yeah, I guess.
You never know. The data is also a currency. But yeah, so September 30th, we will experience their discontinuation. And yeah, okay. They also were over like AIM, so AOL Instant Message, right? I was like, what does that stand for again? I remember using that back in 2017. That got discontinued. And I guess they were acquired by Apollo Global Management in 2021, which is a part of Yahoo. So yeah, missed that whole thing. But yeah, so that was a bit of nostalgia for the millennials out there.
I hope more companies, in terms of like internet, I guess, open up so it doesn't create any type of monopoly. Because I know we all, I mean, I guess there's multiple internet companies. Maybe I'm talking
There
about
are.
like email and instant messenger and stuff, because we don't want to be pigeonholed to one company, because then that company can do whatever they want.
Right.
I'm not going to say any names,
Right.
but I'm just saying
Your brand colors is blue.
your girl is shopping around because people are getting audacious.
Very audacious, especially with like the membership fees or the
Mhm.
not membership fees, like the hidden fees. Like once you get in, you're in. But then all of a sudden, well, if you want to enhance this or
Right.
be verified that way or have this badge,
Or like they slow
pay
it
all this
down
money.
just to be like, oh, buy more data.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then putting AI and everything, like opt out, because I was doing just fine without it.
Exactly. I didn't know I needed it until you showed up. So,
And I don't need it
and I
because
still, right.
we get it elsewhere. Like
Exactly.
opt out, turn that thing off, which I had to go through and turn it off because it just, on every single email, I don't want you to be like, let me rewrite this email for you. This is what I would say. Why are you reading my email?
Exactly. So. No, I agree. So, I tip my hat though to the dial up.
They got us started.
And back in the 90s, it did, even though it was a slow processing system, it sped up how we engaged, how we communicated over the digital space. And it opened up many doors for other companies to be able to enhance that. So thanks, AOL, for your time and the good times in the 90s. And wishing you more success in the future. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to start with today. It was pretty nostalgic when I saw it because I was like, my AIM account. I don't remember my account name though. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I have an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
Get us started, a little current events, I guess. California. Well, obviously we live in California, especially during times such as these. I'm very disappointed. I feel like, you know the saying where they're like, oh, if you're arguing with an idiot or something like that, you can't tell who the idiot is. And I feel like that's where we're going down, because I'm watching a lot of like these speeches. And by the way, it's a fucking talk show up here. Because why is there so many speeches and nobody's doing anything? But with everything that's like going on right now, I'm watching all these speeches of them like continuing to remind us that we pay way more in federal taxes than what we get back in this state specifically, and how California is like the fourth economy, however you say that, but like the fourth economy, like it can be its own country, while simultaneously being like, oh, I see you guys redistricting over in Texas, so we're going to redistrict here. No.
Why?
Why are we talking and why are we playing their game? Like we look like idiots. You just said we pay more in federal taxes and we pay for other states than we get back, because all of Southern California was on fire not too long ago.
Yep.
And Northern California is on
actually
fire
the
right
fires
now.
have started up again.
Correct. While we're cutting all the budgets of the people who are fighting the fires.
Exactly.
So you in your speech, you're saying our leverage, but you're not using it. Because all it takes is for us to be like, because if it's going to be a money game, here's what I'm trying to say. While I do not agree that it should be the fight of the billionaires or whatever, it should be all about money. But if it is going to be all about money,
and usually it is,
California's in a good spot. Use the chips. Like, guess what? you will never see a tax dollar from California again. Period. That's all you have to say. And then things will change. Because it's like they're doing all these heinous things with our money. Like I watched, there's a video, there's a video, and he said there was two places in Pittsburgh, but it was Pittsburgh with the H. So I'm assuming it's
that's
up over
another
there.
Pittsburgh
Yeah.
here.
Because I was like, I'd hear about it if it was over here.
Yeah.
But basically, ICE agents went into a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, I saw that.
To try to like deport people, I guess, but then stole a whole bunch of stuff from the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's just like they're doing that with our money. So as much as we want to say in California, like, oh, we don't agree, da 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 da. Okay, we may not agree, but we're paying for it, and we're paying a lot more for it than everybody else. Now we're paying for grand ballrooms, but the teachers can't afford. Like, come on now, like it's just getting really foolish. And I think I'm tired of seeing people on a mic, specifically from the Democratic Party. I'm tired of seeing y'all on a mic. Stop talking to us. Do
your job.
What needs to get done.
Yeah.
So that's my unpopular opinion. I'm just disappointed. It's just disappointing because to know that you have like all the chips and it's kind of just like nigga, we was rooting for you. Because we know at the end of the day, we've been in California long enough. We've had the officials we've had long enough. We know that people have their own, what is it called? Their own goals.
Or agenda.
Correct. And we know what your agenda is. Fine.
Right, because it's not a secret.
Right. It is clear.
Yeah.
But don't get down in the dirt with an idiot because you look foolish too now. And now you are getting in the way of your own agenda. Because we know you don't want to be governor for the rest of your life. Don't even think you can, honestly. I don't know the rules. But like, if your goal is what your goal is, and we all know what your goal is, use the chips and turn this thing around.
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense to be like, oh, I see you doing something illegal and you doing something bad. We're going to do something illegal and do something bad. No. We just going to hold the money. And we're going to make sure our fires are fought in California. We're going to make sure the people get to rebuild down south, whatever they need to rebuild. Exactly. We're going to make sure our water's clean. Y'all don't want to make sure the water's clean? We're going to make sure our water's clean.
Exactly.
We're going to make sure we own, in California, all of our state parks. Y'all are not selling that off. And if you decide you want to sell it off, we're going to buy it with the tax money that would have went to y'all. Like, it's shit. I just feel like we're sitting pretty in California being a part of something that is harming us more than it's helping us. So does it really benefit us to be a part of these United States? I don't know.
Question mark. No, I agree. I think California has had positional power for many, 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 many years. And I don't know why it has not been used as a tool to get us separate from, I want to use my words wisely, the unnecessary actions of others within the United States. And I have to remember that up until recently, they wasn't really talking about merit in these official positions as openly and honest as they have been recently. So I wonder, yes, California as a state has this positional power, but you insert individual here, you official representative, do you have the qualifications and the stamina to exude that positional power accurately? Now that, I have not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Like it's to where I think that's why folks are just rolling around in the mud with the rest of the pigs. I don't understand why. Because we literally do not have to.
Seriously.
And what's
we
the
have
threat?
all the cards. Like, I think that's another thing too, because it's not even to say that it's like, heaven in California. You guys remind us that we don't have money every day.
Mm-hmm.
The prices are outrageous. To buy a home is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But a lot of those things are because we're not able to, or people do not do it, invest back into our
own economy.
Right? Because a lot of our money goes out trying to save everybody else.
Exactly.
Take care of home first.
Like our schools should be the best schools.
Correct.
Our businesses should be the best. Should be the best business. Our housing, just in infrastructure, our streets and freeways,
yes,
and public transportation systems should be the best out of everyone in this nation.
And like the best, not even just in the nation. Like I want to be up there with Korea, because in Korea you don't even have to have a car. So
Very
like
true.
we should be able to not have a car, and I should be able to get anywhere I need to get in Northern California.
Right. With the funds, the resources, the talent, the knowledge that we currently house, that everyone talks about, no matter what global webinar I go on about compliance or business, whatever, the economy in general, it's always like, well, California over there. To where like nobody really wants to hire talent out of California. One, because we're expensive. So that's one thing. But also because they literally can't afford us. So being able to make sure that we're taking care of home, but in a way that still keeps our positional power. Yeah, it's important. And I lost my train of thought.
Which is simple, because like usually people, well, for the Bay, I don't know what they're doing in LA. I haven't been there in years.
That's true. I haven't been there in a minute. I mean, I still peruse their newspapers.
But I'm saying, like, especially now in times like these, because I know it was kind of like this in 2016. People in California love California.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, the more you invest in California, the more it will multiply, and, like, it'll bear, like, good fruit. And then we will just magically have, like, all of these things. But you have to make that initial investment. So California representatives would need to just make that initial investment and stop all this arguing back and forth, because A, it's causing a distraction, because they've had this plan for a while.
Yeah.
They've been working on this for years.
Yep.
So like if you're on the other side of that and like you are knowledgeable about policies and politics and all the like loopholes and whatever, and we know y'all are knowledgeable about the loopholes because y'all be doing we see your stock portfolio, so you know about loopholes. So just utilize those loopholes to fight for the people of California. And I'm going to say something selfish. Also, I'm going to tack onto this, much like y'all be doing with the policies, by the way. You put your little selfish thing in there with like civil rights to make sure, but I'm going to still get my dollars. In California, we shouldn't have to have toll roads. We pay state income tax. Yeah. That should pay for whatever it needs to pay for. Bridge toll is $8. Why?
The bridge is still the same.
The bridge is the same. You built the new bridge. It's already cracking.
Already. And how y'all build a new bridge and connect it to the old? Like that.
Okay.
I thought y'all was going to finish. What happened to the other half? But
that's my only. We shouldn't have to pay a lot of
things that we're paying for,
because we pay taxes. So I'd like an itemized receipt of my taxes
before you try and collect.
Correct.
Yeah. And I had a notion the other day. I mean, it's touching now, given everything that's going on now. But I remember, or maybe we talked about this. Maybe I talked about this. Anyway, California structuring itself like DC. Yeah, we talked about this when we went to DC. So I was like, if DC can have its own, I don't even know what
I don't know
what it's called, but like its own.
I want to say eminent domain, but I don't think that's it.
Whatever it is, can run independently of itself. and still cycle all of their resources within. We're not recreating the wheel.
Right.
Adopt whatever that plan was and place it over here in California. And if Oregon, if y'all want to join, and maybe Washington, not
No,
sure
we
what y'all
don't need
doing
to be
either.
accepting everybody
But
now. Now, Oregon and Washington can join if we are going to be a part of Canada. If not, y'all got
That is
y'all
true.
whatever y'all's going on, because I feel like a lot of California is we're going to use our voice to speak and help everybody. No. We got
That's
to take
true.
care of home. Now, if Oregon ain't got nothing to say, they okay with this, fine. Oregon's fine.
True.
If Washington, if you don't have anything to say, fine. California's going to take care of California right now. Because California is struggling. People are ending up having to move out of California.
Yep.
And where are you going to go that's cheaper than California? Then there's Texas. Well, people are going to Nevada, but
They are going
their
to
houses are cracking. All those new houses that got built,
It's just hot.
the foundation is cracking already. Just built those houses.
I believe it.
So like California needs to take care of California so we can like have our rights, be free, and all the things. We can talk about anti-Blackness in tandem because it ain't all, it's not all rainbows over here, but it's disappointing to go down this road to see, like, I feel like they've made it kind of like a reality show. Like, oh, the governor's going back and forth with the president and da-da-da-da. This is not.
Which is weird. I don't understand why
Real
there's a back and
Housewives.
forth.
It's not Real Housewives. Policy.
Right. So based on the conversation they had, what were the outcomes? We don't want to hear what the banter was.
Right.
And I feel like in the past, we never really heard, even when Obama was president, we didn't hear what was going on with the meetings. We heard the outcomes.
Right.
And then what the action plan was and when we won't follow up again. So meet us in 3 months. The president will make another address or insert individual person of power here.
But it's not even a meeting. They're dropping Instagram video. They're dropping reels. They're dropping TikToks. Like,
it's weird.
This is not, and I understand you think that that's how you're going to get the young people, but even the young people are saying, like, do something about this.
And get the young people for what?
Like, you're not supposed to be.
Because you're not supposed to be entertaining me.
Correct. You're not supposed to be out here acting like young people. We are older. We are the older generation. We're supposed to make sure that this is better than what we walked in, so the young people don't have to fight the same fight that we have, that we still have to, but had to.
Yes.
So yeah, I was just really disappointed. I was like, California, let's get it together.
Yeah, because even when I turned on the news yesterday, and well, I'm not gonna name the place, but there was a elementary school that's getting ready for back to school. And the students came. I want to say there was 8 students that went home with lead poisoning because they used their water fountain.
Oh, I'm saying it. Hillcrest?
I think.
That Hillcrest Middle School.
Yeah. Oh, middle school. You're right. I don't understand.
Come on. We have so much money.
At this point. And the only response because they were interviewing people, they get certain people for certain things. The only response or the resounding response I heard was, well, the buildings are old. So
get a new one.
Get a new one.
Because we get new McDonald's. And I said the name specifically because I'm about to say this. Up here, Pittsburgh, Antioch, Brentwood, Oakley. New McDonald's popping up. New Chick-fil-A's popping up. New this, new that. Fast food popping up. But you can't redo the schools.
You can't redo the schools.
That should be your first priority then as a city. Because it wouldn't be bad. Because Hillcrest is the one that didn't pass the test last year also. Well,
it sounds like so maybe we're talking about a different school, because this school, they didn't even do tests. So that's what came out of it all. Like, the tests were outdated. And so they're like, well, wouldn't you do that before? Well, the funding's cut, and we know these buildings are just old. It kept regurgitating. The buildings are old. The buildings are old.
This is why I said, remember a long time ago we talked, I don't know if that one made it. I think we were talking about schools. It didn't make it on here, but I was like, if you're a parent, you need to be at these school board meetings. You need to be in these things and let them send you. Because I remember I was on that, back when I was teaching, I was on that African-American parent advisory council. I wasn't on it. I went to the meetings just as a teacher. And they gave a printout of all the money. How much money was going into the district, how much money they were getting from the state, how much money they were getting from like federal dollars, and then how much money was going to each school and for what. It was a thick packet.
Mm-hmm.
But of course I read it because I like reading about money. And then so at the school that I was teaching at, it found that like, because you receive money for how many low income students you have and how many language learners you have, if I'm correct. So they were getting a whole bunch of money because the district was, because
they had
of
the
the
numbers.
kids at that school, but that money was going to a different school. And then that school got like new gymnasium and like new building. But it's like, this school's old, but you're trying to just give them a gate.
And they're the ones who are giving you the target numbers to be able to gain the money in the first place.
Correct. And they ain't got no windows. So that's when I started like getting really interested in like money, because I'm like, because y'all wheeling and dealing with these schools. So like
with these kids,
children, which then made me be like, okay, I need to actually like quit, get some money up so these kids have somewhere to go. But that's a conversation for another day. So now in this case, there is a line item for all testing. Where did that money go if you're saying that you didn't have
do
the money?
Test. Right.
And you didn't do the test. In the test, this is not $5. These are thousands of dollars. So where did those thousands of dollars go? And whose position do you need to cut from the top? Not the teachers.
That part.
Who in the administration needs to get cut? And don't say the DEI.
Because I find it hard to believe there isn't one person that's supposed to sign off to say, yep, the school is set to open. Just like me purchasing this home, I had to get somebody else's inspector to inspect it and sign off that it can be habitable. Did I say that right? Habitable. Same with a school. I'm confused. And granted, I didn't read the title of the person that was being interviewed, but also I don't think they were like a predominant individual in the district or in the school. But just to hear like, due to lack of funding, y'all didn't make sure these kids can drink this water. So instead of, well, not only fixing the issue, but checking whoever it is for missing the mark on that, you're telling parents they are responsible now to bring water bottles with their child.
But also, here's where you're full of shit. Because if the kids can't drink the water from the water fountain, which their solution is always, oh, just change the water fountain fixture. No, change the pipes.
No, change the whole.
But if they can't drink it from the fountain, what water are you cooking with?
What water are you cooking with?
What water are they washing their hands with?
How they gonna fill up the water bottle?
Right.
Like,
but it's like, but even if all your kid needed was one water bottle, this is their solution. All your kid needs is one water bottle during the day. How, when they make that pasta, where's that water coming from?
Exactly.
So it's like, it's more than just these little stupid, dirty, nasty drinking fountains. It's the faucets too. Like, test everything. And if it cannot open, pass out them Chromebooks and send them kids home.
Exactly.
Because obviously your school is not a viable school. So it's like they had the problem in Oakland. The Oakland schools had lead. Like all these schools had lead because they're old.
Oh yeah, another parent went on there. Was like, we keep dealing with this here in the Bay Area. Every school has lead, but we can't keep brushing it off like it's how did she say it? Dang. Brushing it off like it's a back to school thing. Like it's just seasonal and it's just something that happens, basically. She said it more succinctly, but I was like, absolutely. This is not normal and it shouldn't be normalized.
And then we complain about our kids cutting up in school. Lead does things to your cognitive functions.
Send my kid back sick when I sent you them well. I'm owning the school.
Oh, yeah.
That, or I'm lighting it on fire.
But also, I feel like we need not...
That is my child.
How can I say this?
And now I got to do a medical bill. Ugh. a whole systematic thing.
I'm not going to say we need either two things. Either we need more private schools and charter schools, because that school,
is that like what a Montessori school is too?
Yes, could be private or charter. It depends on how they want to set up. But like how Making Waves, that's a nice school.
Yes, it is.
So either we need
I
more
wonder how
of
their
those,
funding's doing though.
or they need to utilize the funds adequately,
Right.
which we pay for.
Exactly. In multiple ways. I'm not a parent, but I recall alerts going out to parents for back to school where they're like, we need you to either donate money or donate supplies and all of these things.
Which
on
is
top
crazy,
of the
dog.
taxes that they pay within their area, on top of whatever comes up throughout the school year. Like, y'all are getting the funds. And from a district level, y'all get funding.
So someone's
So the money's
mismanaging the money.
there. And if that means, I'm going to say it, if that means some of the district officers need to take a pay cut, well.
Or even if the schools, not the classrooms, but even if the schools need to be bigger, condense some of the schools then.
Oh, I see.
So you're only paying for one
location,
big building, like one location. And I understand. First, fire up those school buses though, because I was gonna say I understand like transportation. I don't. Fire up the school buses. There should be school buses that take these kids to school, like back in the day.
They should not be on public transportation,
which is ridiculous. Not with the rest of us.
That?
Because when they let out of school on Deer Valley, all the kids are taking public transportation. These children do not need to be, you don't know who's on that bus.
Exactly.
These children do not need to be with them.
And public transportation already isn't reliable enough.
Correct.
So they shouldn't be standing outside.
Correct.
Waiting for a bus with the rest of us.
Make the bus stops like, if the kids are going to stand, put a bus stop there for real. Not just one little bench. It's hot. These kids are in the sun. Like, I keep pointing to Korea because their bus stops have AC and it's ran off solar. And then in the winter, because it actually snows there, their bus stops have heat and they have like a heated bench. So you're warm waiting for the bus stop. But these kids do not need to be on public transportation with random adults. Exactly. Especially with all this trafficking that goes around here. All of the weirdos that live around here, because if you look on that website, there's a slew of people. So like, I don't know. We just need to do, it's getting real disappointing. And I don't really know. Maybe this is the beginning of a new path for me. Because I don't know what it looks like to go about changing it.
Well, they're launching these accelerator programs. I hope I don't get the organization wrong. 100 Black Women. They're doing a program where they are educating people who want to get into the space of working for like the district or just being leaders of change in education, politics, or social justice, and I forgot what the third thing was. I came across that. So I think, to your point, I think we're at an age where now we do have to tap in to figure out, okay, how do we, first, where are those spaces, and then how do we educate ourselves to be able to bring the change that we want to see in those spaces?
I'd have to look into.
And what's the time commitment? Because listen, I ain't going back to school. Unless y'all forgive my loans. I'll go back to school for a loan forgiveness. Listen. You clear that thing out.
My God, today.
I'll take a few courses.
My God, today. Or even if it counts as like the loan forgiveness because you're doing
like a
policy
credit or
work or whatever.
Right.
But I'd have to see who is the decision maker, and then that would be my goal. Because also I've been on committees and I've been on like done volunteer work, whatever, and nothing really changes because all the people who have the desire to change don't have authority. So it's like, who has the authority to actually change this? And that's what I'm going to go after.
Right.
Because this is quite ridiculous. And even for, right, like even for the people who have like big egos and they're like, they have ulterior motives and I just want to be the best and I just want everybody to know my name and da 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 da, which happens a lot up here at least. Even if that's the case, then just do a good job and everybody will know your name.
People will know your name when you do good work.
Correct. And have the best schools, have all your students be able to go on to do whatever they want to do.
And there's your legacy. They will remember your names far beyond the years that you were on this earth.
Correct.
They just don't get it.
And that will last way longer than this stupid little game that you're trying to play. And that's why I think on the large level, like state administration level, to our cities, to our school boards, it's the same thing. Make sure you do good work. And all it takes is for you to actually do the work. Don't point to these kids and be like, oh, it's because these aren't good kids, or these inner city kids are da-da-da-da-da. No. All of these kids, I can say with my full chest, all of these kids are freaking geniuses. Like, they are doing way more with their brain than we ever did at their age.
And they're forced to.
Correct. Like, we were playing Oregon Trail. They're building video games.
Yeah.
So it's just really, it's disappointing. But thanks for letting me
Welcome
get
to
that out.
California. But no, I think California, going back to what we were saying and tying it together, California has everything it needs to maintain its position as being the best of the nation and of the world. I think it needs to do more in investing and giving back to itself so it can sustain and grow in that way. Like that's going to be a whole nother tangent. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there. But we'd love to hear from y'all. What do y'all think? Those that are fellow Californians or Bay Area-ins.
I would also say we need to invest in our health.
Yeah.
In California.
That was like the healthcare thing. I wholeheartedly believe California can have its own universal health program.
Oh, I believe
similar, not even similar to Europe, but I think it could exceed.
Yes.
And be able to complement, modern medicine with holistic.
And here's why I said that. So this week.
So we're not ending the conversation yet.
No, and we have more time.
Okay.
You know how I've been going to all those doctor's appointments for the issues of which I'm not going to say on this podcast. And the doctors, they don't know what's wrong.
Right.
And they're quick to prescribe me something.
Yep.
But they don't know what's wrong. So my recent visit, I went to a different doctor. I got referred to a specialist. And she was just like, oh, I don't know what's wrong, but take this. You can take birth control. Here are the options. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Mind you, they believe in birth control as a cure-all.
My God, today. So I was like, so what is wrong? Like, what is it going to fix? Because what's wrong? And she was like, oh, I don't know. But this will balance some things out. And I was like, okay, do you have a read up on the different birth controls so I can choose the best one for me? And then she was like, oh, let me see if I can find something. And then she went out and I guess somebody said something to her and I overheard her being like, yeah, I'm trying to get out on time today because I don't want to be late or whatever. And then she came back in, she gave me the pamphlets of which I showed you. And on these pamphlets, and I'm not even saying birth control may be great for somebody that wants to take birth control.
Absolutely.
But if I don't know what's wrong with me, I'm not going to.
Why are you prescribing something already?
Correct. So looked at all the side effects and I was like, no, ma'am. Because who's going to deal with these side effects when it occurs? Me. Now I'm going to have to pay again. So not only did I pay for 5 visits, now I've been up here 5 times. It's $30 each time. I paid for 5 visits for none of y'all to know what's wrong.
Yep.
And for you guys to continue to want to prescribe me things, but you don't know what's wrong.
Exactly.
So you just kind of throw things at me to see if it will fix it so I can get out of your office, which I would accept on a no copay. But I'm paying $30 to be here, girl. Like, the least you're going to do is figure out what's wrong. So then I came home and I was like, oh, yeah, no, this is not. Because at first I felt like pressured. Like, this is the only way that it's going to get better or whatever. So, like, I have to choose one of these and just hope for the best. But then I was like, because again, money, once we start talking money, it changes things for me. So I was like, they don't know my dollars. Even if they prescribe me something, I'm going to have to continue to pay for that prescription.
Oh, and don't stop.
And then I'm going to have to like watch like a hawk to see if it gets recalled or like if the laws change or like where can I move now? Where can I go now? Make sure I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And then I found a holistic doctor. And it was like a doctor of naturopath or something like that. But they're like certified doctors in like holistic medicine. They go through medical school. They do all that. And I was like, okay, we found it. She's in Walnut Creek. I was like, okay, we found it. Hit the lady up. And I was like, hey, like, do you take insurance? Like, da-da-da. And they're like, we don't take insurance, but you can schedule on the website. And then it has like the cost of the appointment on the website. And I was like, okay, girl, go do one appointment, $430.
$430 for an appointment.
$430 for just your initial appointment.
I mean, oh boy.
And but to but we have all of that knowledge and skill here. Just none of it is covered by health insurance.
Exactly.
I've got my own conspiracy theories for that.
Burn up the premium.
Correct. Like, healthy people don't make money. But if California were to do like universal health care, it should include everything.
Because we have it. It's here.
Correct. We just can't afford it because I'm spending, which technically can afford it. Because all I would do is just take the money that I'm spending on, because I've already paid for that visit 5 times over, paying for my premium and paying for what I paid to go see them. Yep. So it's like, yeah, the health insurance has that money that I would take to this lady that can cover this. Yep. So
welcome to the dark side.
But to your point, that's just what needs to happen.
It needs to happen. We as California, and then I'm going to read, so I wasn't going to bring it up, but now I'm going to bring it up because of your story. And we're going to claim that $450, however much the appointment was.
We can do $450, give me $20 wiggle room.
Because also we don't know what they go. Right. And we don't know what they're going to say, like what teas or whatever to get after the fact. Where was I going with this? Oh, I do this every time. I lost my train of thought. Find it. But yes, California has already built systems in place that can support holistic medicine. There are some insurance providers that have an easy bridge for those holistic, especially the certified ones, holistic centers, to be covered under their insurance. And then, of course, there are some, like you witness, that do not. I think, in all things inclusivity, cut the middleman. We don't need insurance.
I agree.
I'm keeping my money in whatever center I want to go to, whether it's a modern health center, for me, like the other day, for me to get my MRI, whatever the case, or if it's holistic, I got my money, I'm going to go see Dr. Whoever. Let me keep my money. We don't need insurance. And I was about to go on another tangent, but I'm going to stay here because we don't need insurance in other places too. Like, why am I insuring my car, paying my car note? And anyway, so, but I feel like we already have the system in place to be able to shift that way. I have a quick article.
Can I piggyback off of that?
Yes.
because I agree, however, comma, and I believe that there's a place for insurance because I know, but then I don't technically, because they jack up the prices for insurance. So who knows? But I know when you go into the emergency room, that's a hefty bill.
And that could be a savings fund. It doesn't have to be insurance.
But if you don't have, not everybody has that.
Because they're paying on insurance. They can't afford it. If I was putting, say, no, I'm not the mathematician, y'all. She is. Say I was putting $200 down every month for my insurance. Insurance goes away. $150 of that can go into a savings fund, just like all the rest of the savings funds, specifically for emergency situations. The other half could go towards whatever whatever health needs I need throughout the year.
And I agree, but I used to make zero, right? Like hardly any money. That. So there are people that, much like myself, there are people that are on Covered California that paid like $12 for their insurance. So even if they save that $12, it's not going to cover a hospital visit. So there's still place for like your cancer treatments, your emergency room. But that's what I mean by hospital visit. Your emergency room and any type of other big surgery, put that under an insurance. But all the everyday needs are like, maybe it's not everyday needs, but all of your like normal care, less aggressive care, that needs to be under universal, like just universal. Take it out of our taxes or something.
I see that, but we're talking about two different things that you combine. We're talking about individual insurance and insurance through a government-funded program. So if you're under a government-funded program, absolutely get on that support plan. I want to do away with the word insurance because insurance means that every year they're going to assess and adjust the rates based on whatever's going on with the market. That's why take away insurance. It should not adjust. My funds should only adjust based on what my need is. So I should be able to put away money, hoard money, specifically for my individual need. Now, like someone who doesn't necessarily have a income regularly, then yes, absolutely, they should be able to sign up for a program that our tax dollars feed into to be able to support those that are in need. But they should not also have to be impacted on any adjustment based on the market. Because I feel it's a money grab because they also then adjust that eligibility. Well, this year, if you make $1,000 or less, you're eligible. Now, next year, because, the economy done changed and everything's different. Now, the new eligibility minimum is $2,000.
Yeah.
But I'm still struggling at the one or at the none. You know what I mean? Or not 2,000, sorry. Going backwards, 900.
Yeah.
But I'm still struggling at the 1,000. So I don't know. I think it may be because it's the word insurance and I know what it ties to in other ways that I'm like, take that, whatever that formula or calculation y'all are making, take that.
The price should be the price. Like, what is it? All the people that go to Turkey, which I'm going to do one day. Or Japan, where that guy was prescribed herbs, and they gave him like it was at their pharmacy, these herbs. So like that's the kind of doctor I want.
All of that should be in the pharmacy. Yeah, you can have, again, there are certain things that we need for aggressive situations like cancer and things like that. Why not sit that beside a tea?
Right.
Why not?
Because people are going there anyway. Like that's people's next stop anyway. So just include it. Because we hear about these coffee enemas all the time. Like I was reading a book.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady brought up a coffee enema, the same as the people on that
show.
But she had cancer and her cancer is in remission or whatever. So like evidently it worked. So we should just be able to do those things. And who knows? Maybe there will be less instances
Hello.
if we had access to this type of healthcare early on.
Right.
Because now I'm like, what, 34?
Mm-hmm.
Just now looking
Experiencing
into, looking into all the things.
all these
I'm not going to
different
say
options.
that it's too late, because it's not, because my God's going to do something.
But
like,
imagine while we were dancing competitively
Correct.
in our
Correct.
teens or even in college.
if we had, and they have knowledge of like root causes of things. I know a lot of medicine is just like, they'll name symptoms
Mm-hmm.
and then diagnose you that way,
Right.
when it's like, okay, but what is causing this?
Exactly.
So
Where did the symptoms originate from? What happened
Correct.
before the symptoms?
but there's like so many names of so many things, so it's confusing and nobody knows what's going on. But your body is a system, kind of like a car
Yep.
is a system. When one thing goes wrong, everything else can go wrong
Yep.
too. So get down to the root cause. What started this?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but you were going to read an article.
I was, and then we'll close out because she is my power woman of the month. Namibia's president, Her Excellency, and I hope I do not butcher this too much, Netumbo Nandi Daitwa, has firmly rejected a proposal from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to
Good.
conduct trials of a hormonal, I'm going to get this wrong, intrauterine device, IUD, designed to prevent pregnancy for up to 8 years in Namibia.
What?
Yeah, Namibia.
Why would they do that?
This was her response. In her official statement, Her Excellency declared, Namibia is a nation of modest size with a population of just over 3 million. If any country should consider measures to curb population growth, it ought to be the nations like the United States with over 347 million people. Any attempt to hinder or suppress the growth of human potential in Namibia constitutes a grave injustice to our people and their future. And she's all the way like, looks auntie.
Yes.
So in efforts of, once again, us trying to make sure that we invest in ourselves here, California, let's also make sure that we're doing the right investments for what we want to see our growth to be. No tea and no shade to Bill and Melinda, but
But also, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
know your audience.
And that is another thing. And I know we're going to close out here because this is going to be the last thing I say. We need to stop letting people, if somebody brings a plate, if somebody makes dinner and they don't put the food that they made on their plate, you don't eat that food.
That
So
part.
we need to stop letting other people feed us things they don't even want for themselves. They don't want for their children. And that goes beyond like clinical trials and really beyond fast food.
Right.
Everything. Experiences. Oh, you want to go to war? Send your kids.
Send your kids.
Because you guys are getting real fancy with these little army commercials.
Yes.
Like you guys are
I
getting
didn't
real
even know it was
creative
an army
over
commercial.
here.
I was like,
Correct.
what?
Send your kids though.
That part.
If it's that great, let your kids go. But no, I'm looking at your lanky old kids on TV standing next to you while you talking on a podium.
That part.
So like, it's just, I feel like in the States, maybe other countries feel this way. I don't know. I've been here. I've only been here. It's like a grave injustice.
Yes.
That needs to be righted. And I feel like we don't talk about it because you kind of feel like you kind of can't talk about it because you're like all alone in this thinking. But a lot of people do think this way.
Yep.
And I mean,
About to say, never mind. I'm gonna.
but like
I'ma hold
even now, us having this conversation, we're not
Yes.
saying everything we want to say.
Yes.
So it's just like, A, I don't know what that is. And B, I feel like that is manufactured to make us scared of nothing. Because again,
Because what you gonna do?
I'm sitting in a house in a state that has all the chips.
Yep.
All the chips.
All of them.
And our state isn't sinking.
All the chips and all the secrets.
And evidently a bunch of millionaires.
Yeah.
Because like we talk about the housing prices
It's
all
because
day,
of y'all.
but like we talk about the housing, but somebody's affording them.
Exactly.
Somebody's living up in the houses. So it's like you have a multi-million-dollar house in Antioch. That means somebody has tens of millions in a zip code that's actually decent.
Right.
so like, I don't know, but yeah, that was good. We are at 55 minutes.
Oh, okay. So. Well, we appreciate y'all for listening and always just tuning in with us. Feel free to continue to share, go in the comments, chat with us, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.